Traveling to Bogota? This beautiful town should be on your list. Welcome to Villa de Leyva, a hidden destination we locals adore, considered also one of the most beautiful towns in Colombia, making it a perfect two-day escape from busy Bogota.
But wait. In this video, we're going to share with you how to get here, where to stay, what to do, what to eat, and of course, great local advice. So, are you ready?
Let's go! But why Villa de Leyva? Because of those beautiful landscape, those beautiful houses, and its rich history. So Villa de Leyva, in our history of Colombia, is going to be a very important place. It was founded by the Spanish in 1572. But before the Spanish, of course, we used to have people here. So this was an area very important for our beloved indigenous communities, the Muiscas, which were the ones that inhabit this central area of our country. So Bogota and a lot of territory surrounding that area. That means that Villa de Leyva nowadays keep both, not only our Spanish history, but also our indigenous heritage, making it a unique place to connect with Colombian history. When the Spanish arrived here and they founded the town, Villa de Leyva at first was a very strategic point for soldiers. With time, is going to be turned into an agricultural spot, so a lot of commerce around. And when we start our time of independence, which starts in 1810, is going to be a house for political meetings from our leaders of independence. So there you have it, a lot of history and also many activities to do. So please squeeze some days on your itinerary to discover this magic destination.
Villa de Leyva is located to the north of Bogota, 170 kilometers away, or more or less 3.5 hours away in time. Now, that is why we actually do not recommend to make it a day trip from the city. We recommend you stay one night, or 2 nights, or even 3 nights in Villa de Leyva. Believe us, there is plenty to do, and in this video you are going to see it. So you won't get bored and you'll actually appreciate even more this beautiful place. How to get to Villa de Leyva? Well, there are 2 main ways to get to Villa de Leyva. So if you want to take a bus to get to Villa de Leyva, our recommendation is for you to go to the Terminal Norte, the north terminal for buses in Bogota. Over there, you are going to find buses that will take you to Villa de Leyva. Our recommendation is for you to look for the express buses. These buses go directly into the town instead of stopping in other towns on the way. Now, the second way is driving here. And you can rent a car to do so, or even better, hire a tour company like us that will take all the hustle and bustle of planning the whole trip yourself and will take care of it. So, if you want to visit this wonderful place, just reach out to us and we can start planning your trip. We are Juani and Aleja, local hosts here in Colombia and founders of
Fisgona Tours.
And in our channel, you're going to find insightful information to plan your trip to Bogota and now Colombia.
We also offer more than 15 fun and private tours here in Bogota, our city. And now as well, special excursions to hidden destinations of Colombia for you to have your dream trip to our country happen. So book 1, 2, 3, or all your tours with us. At Fisgona, we would love to show you around.
What to do in Villa de Leyva? Well, this town has a great offer of things to do for people of all ages and all types of travelers. That's why it's actually a great destination for families. Now we're going to give you our top things to do here, things that you cannot miss when you come to Villa de Leyva, starting here in Casa Terracota, this amazing place. Now, before I tell you about Casa Terracota, first I need to tell you that we are here in Villa de Leyva with Amy and Gordon, a couple living in Colombia who are fans of what we do. We put together a custom trip for them and we started everything right here at Casa Terracota. This house is made entirely of clay, not decorated with clay but built from it. The walls, the ceiling, the furniture, the bathtubs, all is fired up as a single continuous piece. It is literally the largest pottery piece in the world. Wandering Villa de Leyva. This is probably our favorite thing to do every time we come here. Walk through the cobblestone streets, seeing these beautiful white colonial buildings, all surrounded by the Rocky Mountains. The main square is one of the largest colonial plazas in Colombia. The best way to experience it, at least for us, is to sit down, get a coffee or a cold beer, and do absolutely nothing for a while. Just chill and enjoy. Parque Arqueológico de Moniquirá, commonly known as El Infiernito. This was Gordon's favorite stop, and once you understand what this place is, you'll see why. 5 kilometers outside of Villa de Leyva sits a pre-Columbian archaeological site called Parque de Moniquirá, but everybody calls it El Infiernito or Little Hell. The site has two types of structure. First, over 100 small columns in two parallel rows running east to west, an astronomical calendar used to track solstices and seasons. Second, 30 large freestanding stone columns that are very clearly phallic in shape. When the Spanish colonizers arrived and saw them, they had no framework for Muisca fertility rituals or cosmology, so they did what they always did with things they could not explain. They call it sinful. The name stuck amongst all Colombians, and now all of us call it El Infiernito. The site is over 2,200 years old, built by the Muisca people, one of the most sophisticated pre-Columbian civilizations in South America. Museo Comunitario El Fósil. Here is a question you did not expect to ask while standing in the Colombian Andes. Why are there marine dinosaur fossils here 2,500 meters above sea level? Well, because millions of years ago, this land was covered by ancient inland sea, and when it retreated, it left a lot behind. On June 7, 1977, a local farmer was working his land in the village of Moniquirá when he found a fossil over 115 million years old. That discovery became this museum, founded by the farmers of the region themselves, and is still run by the local community today. It holds more than 450 original fossil pieces, and every ticket you buy stays here within the local community. The exhibition includes the Moniquirasaurus boyacensis, a Cretaceous marine reptile unique to this part of Boyacá, with over 110 million years old. Visit other towns like Ráquira. Boyacá is known for its beautiful colonial towns. Visiting other small towns from Villa de Leyva is a must, especially if you enjoy buying crafts, as each town has its own specialty. This time, Gordon and Amy decided to visit Ráquira, and we also love it too, as it is known as Colombia's pottery capital. When you get there, you'll see the main avenue filled with eclectic colors and many shops, great to buy pottery or even wool items.
Where to stay? Villa de Leyva has all sorts of accommodation, from beautiful colonial hotels to hostels and also countryside houses beside the town. What really matters when you're looking for accommodation in Villa de Leyva is the location. You want to make sure that you stay within this area, within or very close to the main square of Villa de Leyva. This will allow you to have the opportunity to actually explore the town. You will see Villa de Leyva is very walkable, and exploring the town is something that you really want to do. So you can look within here. Now, if you want to stay in a countryside house, that will be also beautiful. But with that option, you want to make sure that you have a car available all time so you can move easily. So there you have. Those are our tips for accommodation in Villa de Leyva. Villa de Leyva has a great gastronomical offer. Villa de Leyva has a great gastronomical offer, from traditional to international cuisine. So here we share our favorite places for you to visit, starting with this delicious sweet treat. This amiloja is a Colombian dessert, or better, the Colombian version of a French dessert, millefeuille. Sorry for my French. The original has a sugar glaze. In Colombia, we prefer to cover it with our traditional milk caramel called arequipe. You can find this delicious treat at Bonbon. Locals say they have the best one. Museo del Chocolate. Not really a museum, more of a beautiful chocolate shop with one room dedicated to the origin of cacao in the Americas. A great stop, especially if you are traveling with kids. Mercado Municipal. My personal favorite, a farm-to-table restaurant that changes its menu by season. Built around local ingredients, done with real intention. La Feria Piqueteadero, a local classic. Their specialty is the picada, a sharing plate of chorizo, chicharrón, beef, potatoes, arepa, and more, best enjoyed with a cold beer. Perfect for families and groups of friends. El Patio, the romantic one. Their thing is the grill. Their slogan is love in the air and love in the kitchen. And the vibe delivers on both.
Of course, we cannot end this video without giving you great local advice. So here are some tips for you to enjoy Villa de Leyva to its fullest. Now, the first tip, in Villa de Leyva, cash is king. Trust us, it is. Now, although you're going to find ATMs on the main square, more often than not, those ATMs tend not to work. So what we recommend is to bring all the cash you need from Bogota. Second tip, I know I already mentioned this before, but trust us, plan to stay at least one night in Villa de Leyva, or if you can 2 or 3 nights will be better. Now, I told you the commuting time is quite long, 3.5 hours. So to really take advantage of this trip, stay longer. That's all for today, guys. We really hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments what would you like to see next. Remember, we're Juani and Aleja,
co-founders of Fisgona Tours and local host in Bogota. And us and our group of local tour guides will love to show you around. So take a look at our website, subscribe, hit that bell, and see you in the next one! And in Bogota!